Hey guys, Mike Chisek here for ChumpCar. Seems like just yesterday I made a video. It was actually 2 days ago. But a lot of stuff going on lately, and that's a lot of stuff to tell you guys. Want to keep you up to date. Don't want you to be in the dark or anything here. So we'll keep pushing videos as necessary. So today's big news is the swap. You've been hearing about swaps for a while. Some of you perhaps think that we're just stringing along, we're just kicking the can. Absolutely not the case whatsoever. I have spent many long days into the night working on stuff, going through emails, working with a lot of you guys who have volunteered your time to help produce something, and we got it together. And I got it with the board. We talked about it. We had phone calls, those long conference calls, and we got something together, and it is done. Believe it or not. So today I want to tell you what that is. Traditionally, or in the past, what we've done is we've had a money-based swap formula that says that if you take the price of the motor coming out of the car versus the price of the motor coming into the car, use that plus 50 points to come up with your swap value. What this does is a lot of cars have, super expensive engines, and it allows them to put almost anything they want into their car. The loophole versus some other guys have dirt cheap motors, and that means they can't put anything in the car without getting hit with points. And it really has nothing to do with the performance of the engine or the car in question. It just becomes random based on market value, and that's just doesn't seem fair, and we're getting away from that. So this new formula really just looks at the power of the two engines and the weight of the car we're dealing with here. So yes, it's a power to weight based calculator. What you're going to see is that it allows a lot of room for swapping motors into a car up to a certain point. Say you've got a car that's, say like a Honda Civic with the economy version of the motor, so you're at 97 horsepower. You can swap a lot of motor into that car for 50 points before it becomes an issue. Conversely, if say you've got a Mustang GT, you can swap very little into the car, maybe another 10 to 20 horsepower before that calculator goes up and cuts you off before you broach that 500 point limit. The formula is a exponential based formula. I'm not a mathematician, but the formula is not too complicated. It's basically just every horsepower increase above the limit, it starts exponentially increasing it. And we can post that formula up there. It's not much to it. It's pretty simple. We're not going to have you doing it manually. This calculation is going to be in our website so that you can go to it and just punch your car into it, the motor you want to use, and it kicks out the number that you will add to the vehicle's base value. So it'll all be automated. We'll use it in the tech line, so you'll be able to know exactly what we're going to punch up ahead of time, so that won't be an issue. The formula, in addition to just the points it's adding based on the horsepower you're adding, the formula is going to include anything required to do the swap. That's required to do the swap. So, you got the engine, and you got the starter, and you've got wiring and ECUs. All that stuff's required to get the engine to run. We're also going to allow any adapters required to get to the car, in the engine, in the car, and the running. So you've got, say, an aluminum adapter plate to the transmission. That's allowed. If it requires special manifolds or headers because the factory ones hit the firewall. And you can prove that. You've got to be able to prove that these headers were designed for this particular swap combination. I know the Chevy 350 V8s and the S10 conversion kits, they have special headers because the Camaro headers and stuff don't work. So there are special headers required. It's included with the kit. That being said, we're saying the max price to the whole swap, engine and all the adapters and accessories required to make the swap work, we're going to say limit to $1,500, which is quite liberal. Should allow almost anything you want to do in the car. It's just there to prevent some of these wild, crazy engines combinations that they're rare. They only made like 13 of them in the history of the world, and so instead of you getting this $6,000 motor and putting it in the car, we're limiting it to that $1,500, and just so you have your receipts and bring those and show the tech, make sure that you came in under that. But basically, that's it. Punch numbers into the formula and show us receipts for what was required to do it, and so long as it was all required under $1,500, you're done. That's it. There's no researching ads. There's no trying to prove that this one's worth more than that one. It's just we think that's pretty simple. We know that it's not perfect, and I'm sure I'm going to get some emails from people that complain that it didn't go far enough or complain that it went too far. But we looked at about 24 different cars. We run through the formula. I have complete charts and showing me what this does, and it looked good. It looked fair. We got a bunch of you guys involved in the process too. There's plenty of you that I tapped and sent emails to, and you saw the thing ahead of time. So you gave me your feedback, and you said it looked good. So this wasn't our brainchild. This is our idea. This was something that we put together from all the emails and all the suggestions you guys had back in the spring, February, March time. So we just took and kind of polished those and put them into this thing. So, big thanks to Jason and Dave and who else am I forgetting out there? I mean, I had probably 6 or 8 of you guys that were helping me on this stuff. So, thank you to all you guys to help putting this together. So I understand it may not be exactly what some of you wanted, but it is a big improvement of what we've had, and we're excited about releasing this. It will be on the website here within the next 48 hours. Despite that, it will not go into effect until January 1st, 2017. So the next 3 months, we're going to run under the old rule. But then starting in the new year, the new swap rules in effect. And so you have any questions about that, obviously get a hold of anybody at tech@chumpcar.com, Phil, Dan, John. They will be happy to answer your questions. Of course, you can also send them to me at info@chumpcar.com. But this is big news. We're excited. We hope you are too. So you got any questions, comments, concerns, send those to me. Otherwise, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you at the racetrack.